I had to make this episode. This episode title is I just made the title back in the title one sec. I'll tell you. This episode is gonna be episode 2. It's episode 2 because I've had to restart my MyPlayer in 2K26. The game glitched out on me, and my GM had overwritten my MyPlayer. So, yeah, the title is After 5 Years, It Just Clicked. What do I mean by that? Story time. Okay, so this is gonna be a story time episode right here. After 5 years, it just clicked. What I mean by this is, I've been, just me personally, I've been dialed into 2K the most for the last 5 years. For the last 5 years, I've been dialed into 2K, and I've just been locked into my own world, right? Not really paying attention to what everybody else is doing, not watching what the meta is. Low key, like, I think even one of the times, I think it was in 2020 when I started playing in 2020. Whatever system I had, I don't even think I had an internet connection. So at that point, I just wasn't connected with the 2K community. I didn't see the direction the 2K community was taking. I personally did a lot of offline play because I didn't have internet at the time. I think I was still on PS4 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it had to be PS4. So at this time, I could go on YouTube. At this time, I don't know how YouTube plays. I mean, I don't know how 2K plays on PlayStation. At this time, the last 2K I had played was like 4 years before that. Oh, no. That's what it is. I had 2K introduced this 3D view, this on-the-port view. I don't know exactly the year they introduced it, but I found it in 2020. I had fell off from 2K14 or 16 to 2K20. Like, I just wasn't playing. I didn't have a console, so I missed the back end of the PS4 era. Well, when I came back to it, I guess I was offline, wasn't connected to the 2K community, and it forced me to learn the game for what 2K was offering for the game alone. 2K had probably been on the VC grab back in 2020, you understand what I'm saying? They had probably already realized, like, oh, we can pull a lot of money from people just by getting them to upgrade their MyPlayer, right? They weren't doing that to me because I didn't have an online connection, right? All I'm doing is playing offline modes, like I'm putting a created player onto an NBA team, and then I'm playing it offline, okay? I'm saying all that to say, this is the point in my 2K career where I discovered the floor swivel view. That's the on-the-court view you see me play with all the time. And I can't go back to the meta view, the overhead 2K low or the 2K view. I can't go back to that. The last time I played in that view was probably like 2016. That being said, I've gone like since 2020, 21, 22, and then I'm playing on the PS5, 21, 22, 23. 23 is when I'm really cooking on the first person. And then 24 comes out, and I don't have the right setup, number one. Number two, the VC clickbait game is going crazy during that year, so Smalls weren't good that year. You can't put yourself in the game and cook. Now, if you know, with the floor swivel view, it's basically like real life. Why do I say that? Well, if you go into your settings, and you go to your controller settings, and you see where it says pro stick orientation, right? Pro stick orientation, I have it on camera relative. What does that mean? That means if I'm playing in an overhead 2K view, which is literally a 2D view, you're playing in 2 dimensions. It's just a flat map of moving parts. You're playing in 2 dimensions. This is a PS4 concept. It's really super outdated. I don't know why grown-ass men who claim to hoop in real life haven't switched to the floor swivel camera yet. But that's not the point of this episode or this story time. What I'm trying to say is, if I'm playing in a 2D flat screen overhead God mode view where I can see all my players move at once, right? Which no one can actually do that in real life unless they're staring through a camera. Then I would have to keep it on absolute because it's a flat up and down, left and right, north, south. Because it's like that, I have to keep it absolute, which means up is north, and then left, right, and down is, your compass. Okay, so that determines your dribble moves in a 2D overhead view. I, since 2020, playing offline, disconnected from the 2K community who's obsessed about that view, have been cooking on floor swivel, which is literally the closest you can get to being on the floor. In that view, if you use absolute, it no longer makes sense because you're using a 3D view and you're looking left to right like in real life, like you're playing Grand Theft Auto. So up, down, right, and left changes depending on what direction your body is facing. So I'm literally telling you, anybody you see playing in an overhead view is playing Super Nintendo on PlayStation 5. They're playing Mario 2D flat scroller on a PlayStation 5. They're wasting their console. They need to go to PC. They need to go to something else. Xbox maybe. Don't get a PlayStation 5 and then broadcast live on YouTube. I'm talking to you. Do not broadcast 2K26 on YouTube on a PlayStation 5 with you playing in an overhead 2K view. We don't want to see that anymore. That's 2 dimensions. Grow up. Go to 3 dimensions. Switch your view to floor swivel, dummy. Okay? Now, moving on. Once you switch it to floor swivel and you're playing in 3D as you would on a real court, if you play real basketball in real life and know anything about NBA IQ or basketball IQ. Now, if you don't know anything about basketball IQ, no worries. Just don't stream all day. You see what I'm saying? Don't have 1.5 thousand foreigners watching you thinking that you can actually hoop because you have dark skin and you play in a 2D mode. Like, don't do that. Stop doing that, okay? You're making us look bad. We can actually hoop in real life. So switch to floor swivel, go 3D, and let's hoop and let's stream like that. You stream from your stream in 3D and I'll stream from my stream in 3D. And then let's see who watches us. Yeah. Stop breaking people's brains, okay? Stop slowing people down. You're making retarded people even dumber. Stop doing it, all right? And then the clickbait, just stop. Stop attracting people to your channel. Your shit's weak. The 2D shit is out the door. This year. Now, I say this year because since 21, it's like 2K has been trying to slowly upgrade what they can besides just the 2D view. So it takes the community growing up as a whole for 2K to actually invest time in the 3D view. They're not going to invest time in the 3D view if 300 million people of PS4 owners and a couple 10,000 PS5 owners who still play in the 2D view, they're gonna tailor the game for them. See what I'm saying? So it's up to us in the 2K community to wake everybody up and switch to 3D. Like, we can't go into 2027 still playing Super Mario basketball. It just doesn't work, okay? So everybody needs to go into their settings, go to floor swivel, zoom your ass into the floor, get to playing on the floor, go to the shooting and dribbling in your controller settings, go to the pro stick orientation, change it to camera relative. If you don't do this and you're streaming, you can't hoop, my boy. If you're going left, right, up and down on your controller to try to dribble, bro, you can't hoop. So stop streaming. Period. Next episode.